Alright, welcome in everyone to a quick video today, just talking about breathing. It's mostly going to be about, breathing in and out and that kind of stuff and your patterns. I'll do a little bit of the head position and stuff like that towards the end of the video, but that should not be a worry too much for you guys if you're a beginner. But let's just get straight into it, and you'll understand what I mean much more. So first, breathing out. So a lot of people in swimming think that they can breathe in infinitely. Yeah, that's not the case. You can't just breathe in and breathe in and breathe out and breathe in. You got to eventually breathe out. Okay? Now, when you're breathing out, you also can't just breathe out everything in one and then breathe in. Or you can't turn to the side and just before you take the breath in, try breathe out all you can and then breathe in. No, you've got to breathe in as you go. So find yourself a good pattern to do it to. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4 between your strokes or whatever it is with your mouth, and as you open your mouth, like I'm saying, physically say it. Physically say 1, 2, 3, 4 under the water, and that will take out air. When you speak, you eventually gotta breathe back in. You're exuding air. But you can really say anything under the water and breath will come out. You can say stuff that will land you in prison for war crimes. For all I care, you can say whatever. It's no one's gonna say anything to you. No one's gonna be able to understand you. The person in the next lane might look at you funny, but as long as really doesn't matter. Unless it's a pretty lady or a handsome man that you're into or something, it doesn't really matter. But even then, you can get some attention like that. The next thing is the amount of air that you breathe out. So a lot of people like to breathe out all their air. I'll tell them, okay, breathe out constantly as you're doing it, and I'll see these massive bubbles coming out of their nose. You don't want to be breathing all out just in one. You don't want to be getting all of your air out by the time you get to your next breath. People will tell you 75, 50, 25% of your air. Just trying to aim for 50%, but you're not really going to get there. You're not going to get close to that number, or maybe you do. Hopefully you do. But you're not going to get to that number. It's really hard to measure it. But just aim for that and you'll get there. Just keep practicing it and you'll experiment and understand what this is all about more. Right now, it's probably going to be a little bit confusing for you, just saying, oh, try to breathe out 50% of your air. But get in the pool, figure it out, and you will understand more. A good drill to practice this as well is bopping up and down. So, you'll come up, you take a big breath, bop down, breathe out the amount of air that you think is right at the right pace. You got to pace yourself. Breathe in, out, and keep bopping up and down. Eventually, what you can also do is on the last breath in that you do, you can test your lung capacity and stay down as long as you can. That's what I like to do to work my lung capacity sometimes, but do whatever you want. And brings me to my next point, actually, before I move on to head position, which is breathing in. Please don't do just these short breaths. Take long breaths. Full breaths. You may need to slow down the breath. Do it. You're here for fitness. And if you're not breathing right, it's going to stop you from getting to that level of fitness. It's going to stop you from taking that next lap. It's going to stop you from doing that next 50, that next 100, that next 200, whatever meters you're doing. If you're not breathing right, it's going to stop you from breaking your limits. So please figure it out. and practice it. Now, head position. So, this is something that, is good to practice, but once you've got into a certain level. So, a lot of people just like to get straight into it and think, I'm going to breathe professionally before I learn how to do a freestyle. Not going to work. Figure out your head and body position, then your legs, then your arms, and then finally the breathing head position. So when I say head position, I just mean head position in everything other than breathing. So as in just keeping a straight head. That is all I mean by head position, learning that first. Then the kick, then the arms, then finally the head position for the breath. Okay? But I will go over some of it because I know some of you will probably be at that level. Let me just put this right here. Will this work? Yes, it will. Alright, so what you want with a head position, right here. The ideal one is half your face in, half your face out. And you're kind of breathing like this. See? But that's quite hard. I don't even do that. I like to have just this part in. And I've pretty much got all my mouth. I can point my mouth here, but I've got this eye in. And now what I was actually practicing yesterday, just yesterday, was I was on one side of the pool and I was looking to the direct other side of the pool, looking at where the floor met the wall of the pool. And I was looking at that, and that gave me a really good idea of where I should look. And my breath was looking a lot cleaner than usual. So please practice that. Why I did this was for a drill that I was going to explain. I forgot to. This is a drill. It has many names. One arm extended, bubble breathe. Just to name a couple. I like to call it one arm extended. And what you do is you count, 6 kicks or 3 seconds, preferably 3 seconds. And I find a lot of beginners like to have stability when they take a breath. So instead of doing what I said before, you can mount your ear onto your shoulder, like so, after that time. And if you can hold that, really good. You don't really have to hold it for 3 seconds. It's supposed to be 3 seconds down, 3 seconds to the side. If you can try hold it, that'd be great. If you can hold it for a second, that'd be good. And then back down, 3 seconds. Back onto your ear, onto your shoulder. Now, if you're kind of past that though, you can still do this drill and press the back of your head against your arm, like so. I'm pressing it against my arm, and I'm getting a good feel of where I want to be. And if you're too good for that, you can kind of tuck your arm under your arm, just ever so slightly, and you get that half your face in, half your face out kind of thing there. And you do that with a board as well. Please do that with a board. Don't be crazy and do it without a board. Do this with a board. If I do a fist, it means I'm holding a board. But that's just for drill to practice that. You can also do 6 kicks, 1 stroke, which is that 11 position that I focused on in the last video. I'll put a card to it if you want to go watch that. I definitely recommend it. It's all about where you should start focusing on your freestyle, so give that a watch. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. As always, if you have any questions or you want to send me videos of you swimming to give you some pointers, leave a comment or send me an email. It'll be in the description and I will answer those for sure. But without further ado, good luck. Practice what I said. I'm wasting your time if you just watch this video and don't practice it. What I recommend you to do, what works for me, like I'm pretty new to the gym, right, lifting weights. So if I'm learning a new exercise, I'll watch a video first about that particular exercise at home, and then right before I'm gonna do it, I'll do it, and that's what helps me really get the technique right, get the form right. Maybe you could do the same. Watch this video first here, and then maybe give it a little watch, a refresher watch, right before you're about to pop into the pool on the side. That could work. I recommend trying that. But yeah, before I waste any more of your time, like I usually do, have a good one, have fun swimming, and swim responsibly. Bye.